Good morning, everyone. I'm Shaun Lawrence, Chief Information Security Officer for Climate Shore Systems, and today I'll be presenting the Cyber Resilience Strategy for 2025 through 2028. This strategy builds on the momentum we've already created and directly supports Climate Shore's competitive edge by strengthening our security posture in a rapidly evolving threat landscape. It's not just a cybersecurity plan, but it's a business enabler. The 2025 through 2028 Cyber Resilience Strategy is anchored on three business driven outcomes. First, achieving an adaptive security model so we can respond dynamically to threats as they evolve, not after the fact. Second, migrating evolving cyber threats, especially AI-enabled attacks, sophisticated social engineering, and the ongoing evolution of ransomware. These aren't theoretical, they're already happening across our industry. And then finally, third, strengthening cyber governance. Because as our digital operations scale, so must our oversight, accountability, and alignment with business goals. We've aligned this strategy with the enterprise digital transformation timeline. That means security is not a gate, it's built in from the start. And critically, the work ahead positions ClimateSure not just to defend, but to compete more securely, more confidently, and more efficiently than our competitors. The 2025-2028 roadmap outlines a phased approach over the next 3 years, targeted, structured, and tied directly to risk reduction and business enablement. We start with foundational capability expansion in 2025, including launching a Cyber Ambassadors program to build a strong internal security culture, deploying AI-powered threat detection, and establishing baseline third-party risk management. This is critical given our growing reliance on external partners and platforms. In 2026, we shift into predictive capabilities and automation. We'll appoint departmental cyber champions, bringing ownership closer to the business. We will also begin using machine learning to anticipate and manage risk, as well as expand automated response and threat hunting, proving speed and consistency in how we act on threats. Finally, in 2027, we optimize and operationalize. Orchestration platforms will make our incident response more agile. Regular resilience testing, red teaming, penetration tests become embedded. We will also establish a data-driven model with real-time cyber metrics tied to performance and risk posture. This isn't a static program, it's a living, adaptive model that builds maturity year on year, ultimately driving us from our current 3.5 to 4.5 by 2028. More importantly, it ensures our cyber capabilities scale alongside ClimateSure's innovation and digital ambitions. The contents of the next few slides outline the structure of the strategy document and what you see as board members should expect to see. First, a clear threat and risk assessment showing how today's threat landscape impacts our operations and where our highest exposures lie. Second, capability maturity analysis measuring where we stand today and where we need to be in 2028. Third, a comparison of investment options with each path evaluated in terms of risk mitigation, business enablement, and return on resilience. The structure is designed for transparency and accountability, so you can see not just the what, but the why and how behind each recommendation. Cybersecurity today is not just a compliance requirement, it's a business differentiator. At ClimateSure, it's how we ensure secure, connected, uninterrupted service across our global cold supply chain. The stakes are high. We handle temperature-sensitive goods, pharmaceuticals, and time-critical shipments, making us a prime target for both criminal and state-sponsored cyber actors. Our digital footprint continues to expand, and that complexity across partners, platforms, and geographies introduces vulnerability. This strategy is our proactive response. What this includes is first a strategic threat and risk assessment, second, a clear look at our current and target cyber resilience maturity, and third, prioritized investment options tied to business outcomes, specifically enabling our digital transformation and keeping risk within board approved appetite. Our headline objective is to reach maturity level 4.5 by December 2028, embedding digital trust into every new product and service we deliver. And perhaps, most importantly, it provides a decision framework for the investments needed to get us there and guidance on where, how, and why we act. This slide brings the risk reality into focus. We've conducted a scenario-based cyber risk assessment grounded in real-world threat intelligence. These are not theoretical risk. They reflect credible, evolving threat scenarios that could impact our people, customers, systems, and data. The assessment shows multiple scenarios currently sit at a high or very high residual risk level, well outside the cyber risk appetite that this board approved in 2024. These gaps aren't due to inaction. They're a result of a threat landscape that has accelerated, combining with the growing complexity of our business operations. This isn't about fear, it's about facts. Our controls today are not sufficient to contain these risks within accepted thresholds. That's why we're not just presenting risk, we're presenting a strategy built to close these gaps, reduce exposure, and harden our defenses in alignment with business priorities. This is where strategy becomes actions on this slide. We've taken the high-risk scenarios identified earlier and directly mapped them to specific targeted initiatives. Each initiative is designed to close a known control gap or strengthen an existing business critical function. This isn't a generic list, it's a purpose-built portfolio of initiatives tied to both risk reduction and business enablement. What makes this strategy effective is its alignment. Aligned to risk scenarios, aligned to NIST cybersecurity maturity targets, and aligned to the broader digital transformation agenda. We're not just building cyber capabilities, we're enabling resilient operations, trusted customer experiences, and secure innovation. We have evaluated 3 strategic options, ranging from minimal investment to full-scale capability uplift. Option A, do nothing, has the lowest cost but leaves high risk unaddressed and stalls the momentum and maturity that we've gained over the last few years, and it is not a viable option. Option B, minimal investment, reduces some risk but fails to meet our maturity or transformation goals. It's a partial fix but ultimately short-sighted. Option C, which is the recommended option, requires $5 million CapEx and $1 million annual OpEx. It is the only option that fully mitigates our high-risk scenarios, achieves our 4.5 maturity target, and enables the digital transformation securely and at scale. Option C is not just about risk, it's about resilience, trust, and future readiness. That's why it's the recommendation of our Information Security Steering Committee. In closing, this cyber resilience strategy is not just a response to risk, it's a proactive investment in ClimateSure's ability to grow securely and compete confidently. We've outlined a clear and credible path from where we are today, facing increasing threats and rising complexity, to where we need to be by 2028, adaptive, resilient, and digitally enabled. The recommended strategy, option C, addresses all of our critical risk, aligns with our digital transformation roadmap, and evaluates our maturity to a leadership position in the industry. This is about safeguarding our people, our customers, and our brand. I appreciate your time today and respectfully ask for your endorsement of this strategy so we can move forward with clarity, urgency, and confidence. Thank you.